Okay, so welcome back. This is the next video, and we're looking at page 32, question 42. Now let's look at this question. They seem to ramble a lot when you actually look at it. It's a short question. I hope it's in front of you, question 42, and it says that a company bought 1,000 kilograms of material, and they paid £5 per kilogram. So we're really seeing what's actually happening here right now, right? They bought this and they paid £5 a kilogram. And they're telling us, okay, they managed to make, so this is what they actually made. They managed to make 200 units. He said the budget had been for 220 units. Well, like I said earlier on, they could have said the budget could have been for 5 million units. Totally relevant as far as from the point of view of production. These guys, we will assume, have made based on what they've been told to do. So we judge them based on what they actually make, right? This is a budget. This budget is set by the folks in sales, right? And so this is the issue, how many units you actually made. So this is what actually happened. You used this, you paid £5 for it, and you used this number of kilograms to make this number of units. Right. Then it says that the standard, and I highlight this all the time, but it's critical. You need to isolate the standard cost card. You need to get out what are we expecting here. This is what variance analysis is based on. So it says a standard quantity of material allowed in the budget. So they were expecting to use 6 kilograms per unit. And they were expecting to buy each kilogram for £5.50 per kilogram. Right, so if you're expecting to use 6 kilograms per unit, well, you made 200 units, right? That's what you actually made. And we expected you to use 6 kilograms per unit. We expect you to use 1,200 kilograms. Right? That's what we expect you to do. We expect you to use 1,200 kilograms. Now, obviously, somehow, you have only bought 1,000 kilograms, used 1,000 kilograms. I mean, we almost must infer that because they bought 1,000 kilograms, there's no closing inventory of kilograms. That's what they used, and that's what we expected you to use. So we have an efficiency variance here. You have used 200 kilograms less. I'm trying to do it this way so you can almost walk through it and force yourself to understand exactly what you're doing. Right. Now remember that what we're really arguing here is that you've used 200 kilograms less, but we need to monetize this, right? And because we need to monetize this, and we're only therefore interested in efficiency, so to speak, we multiply it by the standard cost. I mean, we've gone through this a few times, but the argument really is that I will come to discuss the change in price, but I must judge in terms of efficiency based on just what you have used. Let's just focus on the use. Right? We need to monetize the thing. So now we have a 200 kilogram difference times £5.50. Right? So we now have a favorable variance of 1100 pounds. 1100. Right. Okay, let's talk about price. We expected you to spend £5.50 per kilogram. So how we think about this is that in the factory we have two managers. One who buys the material, and the other who uses the material. When we need to judge the guy using the material, we can't judge him on the actual price. We just can't, because the guy using the material is in charge of trying to make sure he doesn't use as much. So that's what we're judging him on. The guy buying the material just negotiates price, and he tries to get the best price per kilogram. Now, we expect him to spend £5.50, and he's ended up buying them for £5. So, yes, he's got a favorable variance, if you like, because he spent less on trying to buy each kilogram of 50p. Right? He's bought the kilograms for £5. He should have spent £5.50. So we have £5.50 minus 5, and which is 50p. The question is, how many kilograms did he buy? Well, he bought 1,000 kilograms. That's how many kilograms the guy bought in. So we have a £500 favorable variance. Now, how I need you to think about this again is that we will be able to judge both parties. If this guy buys in, if he says, okay, I found some really cheap resource material, and he's buying is buying this cheap material and you're using it and you're using a lot, we can investigate and see, right, fair enough, you haven't bought quality material because we were expecting you to spend £5.50. So yes, things are cheaper, favorable, but you guys have used a lot, if you like, much more than we expected you to use. So we can look at it and go back, and fair enough, we'll first of all want to blame the guys in who are actually making the product, because we just want to judge them on how they did trying to make 200 units. And then once we've judged them, we can come back and look at the price differences and sort of say, well, we expect you to spend £5.50, you spend £5. Oh, that's good. And of course, you bought 1,000 kilograms, so you have a £500 variable variance. So you can see here, actually, overall, what you now have is this 110 favorable, and this is favorable. It's kind of this is a slightly interesting. You bought less, you paid less and you used less. So either you have more efficient staff working for you, either you got a discount, either there's a glut in the market and there's a lot, and so you were able to get this for cheaper, able to do a range of things. So yeah, I think these are your two variances. This is your price variance, and this is your, if you like, your efficiency variance, right? So what I need you to do, please, is, you really just keep beating this through. Do question 43, 44, just walk all the way down doing all those variances and get into a habit. There are formulas that you can attach to this, but you don't really need to rush for the formulas just yet. Just make sure you understand what you're doing. When you're looking at efficiency variances, you're focused on the standard price as your way of monetizing the difference in efficiency, because we're focusing on efficiency. When we're talking on price, well, we're asking the difference in price versus what we thought the standard price should be. For whatever reason, I could relate this to labor, multiplying it by the actual number of whatever material or resource that was bought. Okay, so this is your material variance video. Work through the rest, if you like, all the way 44, all the way down to, I believe, 40. Yeah, just finish them. Do all the material variances all the way to 57. Have a go. Make sure you do them. Let's get really good at this. And then in the next video, I will do a labor variance. Okay, great stuff.